Hello, today we remember the birth in 1879 of Albert Einstein. He needs no introduction, I'm sure. A wise person, not just intellectually. He said this: "The way I see it, you have two ways to live your life. The one as if no miracles exist, and the other as though everything is a miracle." I love that from somebody who perhaps understood the workings of the universe more clearly than anyone, certainly of his generation. To say that actually, even though he understood it, it was still a miracle, I think opens up the possibility to all of us who understand a great deal less about how things work, to see life and everything that we experience around us in this world as a miracle. And I think that kind of approach to life gives life a joy and a kind of a deep response to the world around us that you don't get if you just take it for granted. But of course, he didn't understand everything. He, towards the end of his life, rather wanted to prove that the quantum mechanics idea that everything in the universe was pretty random was wrong. He said God does not play dice. He couldn't quite come to believe that a God who ordered things in the way that he had so clearly begun to understand could also allow things to happen in the kind of random way that quantum mechanics suggests that it does. And in fact, he was wrong about that. There is a kind of randomness about the world and about the way things work that quantum mechanics was quite right to point out to us. And I think for me that makes life even more of a miracle, that so much has happened in a sort of random way. And I don't think, for me at any rate, it undermines the fact that I can believe that it's God who lies behind all this randomness. And for most of us, I think, the ability to understand how things work is limited to our education now, our capacity to understand things. And that helps us to see life as a miracle. But I think the real reason why life is a miracle is not so much because we don't understand how things work. There's another nice story about the inventor Marconi, invented the radio, and he spent a whole night, apparently on one occasion, working with a colleague on communications, the theory of radio communication, and on the way out of the laboratory in the morning, he paused a minute and said to his colleague, "You know, there's one thing I don't understand about radio." And his colleague looked at him slightly amazed, knowing that he was the world's expert on such a thing. And Marconi said, "I can understand how it works. What I don't understand is why." And I think that's a mystery. That remains a mystery for us. And the fact that everything around us is here does beg the question, why is it here? And I think that's perhaps the greatest miracle of all.